Alright guys, no joke, this 3-pack blister of Psyduck might be kind of the biggest Mega Evolution opportunity there is right now. And backing that up with some numbers, so I kind of forgot about this promo. I remember seeing some comments on it, but it's this Psyduck promo over here. I think a lot of it has to do with just the 151 nostalgia. Like 151 nostalgia and like old 90s nostalgia takes effect a lot. So the reason why this is doing so well, I'm guessing, because it's actually not that different from the Golduck card. If you look at the two cards, like you're like, oh, they don't look like that different. Like the art's kind of similar, or whatever. But like this is selling for almost $20. You see, like the lowest listed over here is $19.10 versus this Golduck card is like a $3 card. So like what the, and then I mean, like I'm technically just guessing, but it's pretty obvious. Like this is Misty Psyduck. Essentially, it's a Psyduck that has its head on it, its hands on its head doing the stable thing. Like if you're a 90s kid, like you're like, oh yeah, I really want this card. So I don't know about long term how well this will do, but the price has just spiked up. You see over here, like it was like a $10 card, now it's like a $20 card. It's doubled and it's selling like hundreds a day. Literally, like the last week, let's see, 150 plus that's 350. That's about 600. That's about 720. That's about 870, and then that's about 950. So about 1,000. Yeah, actually, I think if I add this one, it goes over 1,000. 1,000 of these sold in the last week. I know Mega Evolution is a new set and all, but a lot of it's just because like people want this card, and it's not the first time we've seen like a card kind of rise. There's a Victini from like Pokemon's just been printing some really valuable promos. Victini from Black Bolt White Flare, they have like a 2-packs of Black Bolt, 2-packs of White Flare. The Victini's also done pretty well. This definitely has some obvious nostalgia. And the thing about this is that the 3-pack blisters are only selling for $40. I'm gonna look at the price for these, but yeah, you got these for $40 to like $45. If you sell the Psyduck card, like, you know, like obviously there's fees and stuff, and like pulling this off is a little difficult. But if you like, if you buy these for $45, you sell these for $20. It's like $25 for the 3-packs. So, and then like, yeah, I don't know. These are obviously getting more expensive. If this card rises even more, like I guess like when you do the math like that, if it's $40, it's definitely really good because you're pretty much paying $20 for 3-packs of Mega Evolutions, which is very close to MSRP. It's like $6 something a pack. If the just card gets more expensive, then it'll obviously do a little better. But yeah, there's some margins there. As far as like the Golduck ones, these are down to $30, so it's not worth nearly as much. And then this Golduck over here, like it's not selling nearly as much as well. As far as the normal Mega Evolution updates, you're seeing like cases are still selling really cheap, $290 a box, versus loose boxes are like $305 and $310. One of them dropped $5, one of them dropped up $6. You're seeing Gardevoir PCTVs down $8. The normal Gardevoir ones, it went up to about $100. So right now both Gardevoir and Lucario normal ETBs are around the same price, $98, $100. Honestly, I don't know if that will maintain. I know they're both popular Pokemon, but I've seen it happen with Black Bolt White Flare, and we already know which one is more popular, and it usually persists. Usually doesn't go away. Mega's still selling really well. 90 box are sold. You see 48 yesterday, and then 12, so that's 60, and then cases still selling amazing. Like you see a lot of days with 5 cases sold. You see 5 more sold, that's 60 more booster boxes, so that's 90 total. A lot of the prices still around the same price, but people are still buying up these mega cases. Like it kind of makes sense, especially like let's say you have rip packs. What would you buy from this thing? You buy the cases, duh. The cases are like 40 to 50 cents cheaper per pack than any other option on this list. Like think about that. Like just for ripping, cases are the cheapest thing. So there's definitely a push to get the case, to buy cases. You buy an TCG player. It just is literally the most cost effective thing, which is how releases normally work for mainline sets. So this isn't anything new. But everyone knows like there's a lot of like speculation stuff about like long-term investing in cases, which I kind of agree in. Like 6 months from now, you'd much rather have booster box cases than your booster bundles, ETBs, and whatever. Maybe not PCTBs. Maybe like those have their own like, you know, separate category. Prices for this mega box, it's still hovering 305 to 310. This other mega box over here, 310 to 312, so they're both around like up to about 310. Cases, as I mentioned, they sold 5. The prices are bunching up. Mega Lucario, demand rose a little bit from like 4 to 6. It's still around 250 to 260. For PCTV Gardevoir, 3 sold yesterday, nothing too crazy. These go up to 250, so these are actually a little cheap right now. The price ladder for Mega Gardevoir actually looks kind of decent. It jumps quite a bit. For Mega Lucario normally TBs, they've been selling about 45-50 a day. It really is a nice looking ATB, but the price has been kind of stagnant. And then Mega Gardevoir sold 33 yesterday, sold 58 before that. And the price selling went up for this, so I'm not exactly sure why. And then for booster bundles, they're still selling $54. 70 sold yesterday, a little higher than normal. All right, 151. So should you buy 151 right now? So UPCs are going up in demand. You see they sold like none for 3 days, and last few days they've been selling 2 to 3 per day. They're still around 600. They rose about like $8. They dropped below 500, and they're hovering around like the 600s to 620s right now. A lot of these are from reputable sellers, so you can get them from someone you trust. Most sellers only have like one, so like obviously like not as many on the market anymore. As for if you should buy 151, price point wise, it's a little expensive compared to Prismatic. Prismatic is a higher opportunity, but this is a longer time frame. 151 goes out of rotation in April, and then we'll see like probably a lot of prices rise too, believe it or not. Just because one of the most popular sets ever is going out of print essentially. So but UPCs, they're at 37 a pack. Most packs you can just get them for like loose packs are 1550-ish. A little cheaper than Blooming Wars. So Blooming Wars is actually showing a little bit of premium over loose packs, which is interesting. I've seen it happen before, but honestly, they do kind of correlate with loose packs a lot. I see it happen in Sea and Sky. I don't really think that'll change that much. Main 10 displays are still really cheap. There's this really cheap one for $16 a pack, and it's down $1. Blooming Wars is up $5 from yesterday, and bundles are down $2. Bundles, they did go down in demand for one day, but I've been saying more people would buy these up. Just the price per pack is really good for these, and these are just great long-term investments. Like these are so tiny and so easy to hold versus other investments. Like you have to worry about like storage space so much more. They're just like a very like headache-free thing to have. You can have like if you had like 400 bundles, it could fit in like a relatively small amount of space. Or if you buy Blooming Waters, like you buy 10 of those and you're like, what do I do with these? It's a huge difference, and that's the reason why bundles have that premium despite not having any other value except for like the storage space and stuff. Packs, pack demand has kind of dropped. It would drop to 18 packs yesterday, so not as many people buying loose packs right now. And pack prices have dropped, so yeah, you see like 1550 here from this seller, 1565, 1580. And you're seeing quite a few packs. Like this is like over 200 packs right here. So pack prices have gone back down. They had like from $17. So 151 packs are definitely down a little bit. ECB sold 0 yesterday. They had a spike of 6 yesterday, and they're still trying to break the 415 mark. But I'm seeing a little bit of a bunch above 415 for PCTBs. 0 sold last couple of days, and I'm also seeing increase the supply. Now there's I think there's one more PCTB than yesterday at around 950. I made a video about Volume Sky's PCTBs, and like they're almost the same price as 151 PCTBs, which is pretty crazy. You have to like wrap your head around that. It's like, wait, two good sets, one of them's older, one of them is the promo, they're both same price. What, like it's not fully obvious which should be more valuable, to be honest. Because they're like, if it's 151 versus like Stroud Fable is obvious, or even like Paradox, it's obvious. But of all these guys, you have to think a little bit. Booster bundles displays have been selling about like once every week or so. People are still buying these because people are definitely gonna want these. It's a really nice display case. So yeah, someone bought this for $1,500. I guess it was also pretty cheap yesterday for $1,500. It's usually not that cheap. For boost binders have been getting a little more traction too. It's only like 2 like every other day, something like that. And so people have been buying up the cheaper binders. I see RJ Breaks and Booster Pack cards. They both have them. RJ Breaks, I think, increased their quantity too. Blooming Waters went up about I think it's at $5 before. So 6 sold yesterday, 10 sold the day before. So there's been more sales of these. Some good prices for the price per pack. Like honestly, you're just buying a price per pack at this point. But if you like these, like there's 2 sellers over here. HTX Station Hobby Soul Boutique. They both have these for 175 plus $15 shipping, but there's 3 each, so it's basically 180 each, so just a little cheaper than like the 190 price. The maintenance display, yeah, it's just that this one's really cheap. Like these ones at like 320, I'm seeing a little bit bunch up of about $324 maintenance displays. If these go around $3, like these are probably a steal. Like the price per pack alone is probably the same as like Blooming Waters or loose packs. And then Snorlax promos sold 15 yesterday and 23 today, and yeah, they've just been a little stagnant lately. Alright, Paldean Fates. So booster bundles have been an obvious buy for a lot of specialty sets. So a Paldean Fates, a 151 Prismatic. So 151, I know it's obvious because the price per pack is a lot higher, is about the same price as loose packs, and you definitely see demand rising recently. Prismatic, it's just a little good long-term hold. Bundles would be like double the price in about a year. And for Paldean Fates, the price has gone down. Like, you know, it was kind of hard to get bundles for less than $100, and they've been like appearing about like 95 to 97 each from a lot of like high feedback sellers. So there's been a definitely liquidation of booster bundles. Price per pack wise, looking at it, it's still a little expensive. Price per pack, $16 a pack, so that's why like there's probably fewer sales than expected. But there's definitely less than 151. But you're kind of debating, do I buy 151 or Paldean Fates? It kind of makes sense. If you want to diversify, then you just kind of diversify. I know that getting these from locally are a little harder, but you definitely see the demand kind of rise. If you add it up, it's about 100 sold in the last week. And you definitely see higher numbers than before. You see just very consistent over here versus a little jagged over here. Supply has been up. It was on 450 yesterday, down 400. I don't think this can keep up forever. Like a lot of this is fueled by the bigger sellers, and once they run out of supply, we'll see the price kind of return back to normal eventually. Bundle displays are also like pretty cheap right now. Zero so the last couple of days. It gets on to like, it kind of makes sense why it's not like instant buy, because like, okay, so price per pack for bundles still $16 a pack, still pretty expensive. You get cheaper things. I told you the tech stickers were like $13 yesterday, so definitely you're not saving price per pack wise. Bundle displays are more speculative, and so they're even more expensive than booster bundles, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, as booster bundles rise, these will definitely have the premium. It just kind of depends on your timing. If you're holding long term, these are probably having a display of these is gonna be worth way more than 10 bundles. So paying $200 more now is like kind of potentially worth it depending on how long you hold. But yeah, none of sold the last couple of days. Loose packs, yeah, you see 16 sold yesterday. Again, like it's a little overpriced. I'll just buy the tech sticker cases. For ETBs, it sold 1 yesterday. So, you know, demand for ETBs was like actually pretty decent, like very solid demand, like literally solid bars, like all together. And then 2 days off sales, 1 sold yesterday. Price is at 286. It hasn't really dropped much for 300. I think because the promo isn't worth a lot because it's not a PCTP promo. It's been maintaining its price well versus the PCTP is still like it still dropped. 0 sold yesterday, and then 1 sold the day before that, but it's about 435 now. Seeing a lot of price hovering as there's not a lot of momentum to get these Paldean Fates ETBs. You see they both dropped $4. Bundles may drop 3, and then booster bundles dropped up $1. All right, Destined Rivals. I'm really not sure how long this case premium will occur for Destined Rivals, because we're still seeing that cases are like they dropped $15. It's $440 a booster box versus $380 for a loose box. It's still $60 more per box. Not really sure how long we'll see that. I think part of it is just like opportunity sort of thing. Like people are like, the pattern for booster boxes or mainline sets has been kind of obvious. It's been called out by a lot of YouTubers. I know Sajin Nama's called it a lot, but it hasn't really taken effect until recently. Now we're seeing like people are like, oh shoot, the cases are worth a lot more. I should pay more for those. And you're seeing them maintain their price a lot better. Mega Evolutions is still too early, but I think if it happens to Mega Evolutions in like a few months, then we'll see maybe a change in pattern of booster boxes over time. Yeah, yesterday Destined Rivals sold a bunch of boxes. I see 63 at this point actually, so I think the number actually rose to 63. I think it was around 50 yesterday, and a lot of it was from the seller. I think Hobbies Boutique or something. They had 47, so someone bought all those. Now there's not really a resistance point for the price to rise. Like, you know, see it does go down to like it does go up to 390, and every seller over here has only like 1 box, except for 2 sellers they have 2 boxes, so it's not that hard for it to rise up. Just for like insane gains, maybe not as much. Cases sold 0 yesterday. They started selling a little more, but then now we're seeing it pause again slightly. And all these sellers are around the same price for this, as people are trying to liquidate, just get money. For booster box and business and stuff, like your opportunity comes from like knowing like when the businesses are selling for cheap or undercutting each other. Those are your times to kind of buy. For Destined Rivals PCTBs, 0 sold last 2 days, but 1 did sell today. I've been talking about how this probably isn't going to break 400. It's even difficult for it to maintain the 390 points, so now it's down to 375. For ETBs, they're always below 120 now. 6 sold yesterday. ETB demand was climbing, but now it's going back down. And you know, it's close to 120, just can't quite break it anymore. And the booster bundles are you having a hard time breaking 55 now. 32 sold yesterday, and yeah, most of the prices are like under $55. And yeah, the main price change is that the cases went down $15, and you see PCTBs and go down $1, ETBs up $1. All right, for Crown Zenith, the PCTB finally has a sale. Let's see this one sale here. No sale since December 30th. This first sale this whole month. First sale in about 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks. So finally seeing some sales. But also I'm seeing more price drops. Secret Rare Hammer here, 100% feedback. They have one for 420. So prices are still getting really good. I told you like, I don't know. I'm calling the bottom of like where people start definitely buying more is at 400. I don't know if that'll be true or not, but yeah, like if it's been selling about 470, it goes to 400. Like 400 is not that bad for such a nice PCTB. Definitely goes to 300. It's definitely way undervalued, but yeah, definitely seeing some good deals for this. Crown Zenith pack demand only 1 sold yesterday. You're seeing definitely the packs get cheaper. There's these couple sellers around 1450. There's only about 50 packs there, but still like good. Actually, this seller over here is at 1430 has 70 packs, so about 120 packs. So just a good amount of cheap packs available. I haven't done a price per pack analysis for Crown Zenith for other things. That might be a good idea to see if anyone wants to pick up Crown Zenith, what other items are good to buy. I know Paldean Fates, I mentioned that, yeah, the tech sticker cases are ridiculously cheap price per pack wise. Crown Zenith Sea and Sky, 0 sold yesterday and 1 sold today. Still hovering around 210. Now there's 3 sellers selling around 310. Like we really need JM sneakers to get out of here so the price can rise. For Crown Zenith ETB, I keep saying this. I keep wanting to say like, oh, Crown Zenith ETB demand plummets because there's no sales since October 7th, which is really abnormal because before that, the most it would take would be a 1 day break for demand. And definitely you see the drop, 3-month graph over here. You see the drop in demand recently. And the price has been more stagnant around, let's see, this seller is for 229, but they're still around 235, so the price is maintaining, so it's actually pretty good. And the booster bundles, they've been selling a little better, selling about 1 per day, but they did take a break yesterday. And yeah, now I see 3 of them for 120, and it goes back to 125, and all these have pretty good feedback sellers, so pretty safe buys. All right, Prismatic is still the play. Okay, so ETBs slowing down. Their demand was, it was slowing down to about 10 per day, and then it rose up to about 20s. Now it's back to around like just barely double digits. Price has gone down, and I think that there's just a human sort of aspect to it where a lot of people don't want to go past like certain price points. Like now it's like I call it the $10 price point. Like there's $100 price point, which is like, something crossing for $100 or something to $200 or something. This is crossing past 140, and yeah, it's been hugging 140 but not quite reaching there, and now it's retracing a little bit, especially with the demand drop. ETBs rose a lot recently, so it kind of makes sense. They were so cheap before, and yeah, a lot of people just kind of missed out. EV promo is also kind of going down demand a little bit. I used to see like crazy numbers like 70 to 100 per day. Now it's down to 450, still not that bad, but the promo is down to about $13. And then the ETB case is still selling 1 per day. And yeah, I think that these are going to be like missed out on quite a bit. But the play is definitely these Lucario boxes. I know a lot of people have gotten these, and it's sometimes hard to get a decent price on these, but it's just the price per pack is really great. I would recommend having a system to break them down if you don't have them. Like don't even like worry about singles that much if you just press on time. It does take some labor to get these. broken down. But obviously there's other prismatic items, but like it's just a little harder to get some of the other ones, like bundles. A lot of them have already been sold off. ETBs have already went up and sold off, so you'll see people like surprise boxes, poster collections, like just very little, but the quantity is kind of hard sometimes. The Lucario boxes also a little hard because a lot of people, they just got like a couple. I know some people want up to like 110 to 120 for them. Like getting between 100 to 110 is pretty good or less. Once you get to 110 to 120, it's still like all right. Sometimes on TCG Player you get cheaper, especially if you see some deals, or use like a cashback credit card. But definitely demand's been going up. And I hear that like I've heard a lot of people have been telling me like this is probably like the last wave for a while. I'm gonna say a while. Some people just say it's the last wave, but probably for a while because Pokemon never just prints these once. So if you miss this one, you get it the next time. But yeah, this is kind of the main thing. Just price per pack wise, it's an insane deal. And then like compared to Blue and Water, like Blue and Water has gotten really expensive because we're at the end of the life cycle. But for Prismatic, it's still like really in the really cheap phase. Like Blue and Waters, as a reminder, looking at the 1 year graph, you see like throughout its life cycle from like January to August, like it was in print for about 8 months, and like you just see the price. The highest was about 120. Actually, the highest was about 140, and then the lowest was here about 130. That was kind of the range of TCG Player. Actually, wait, what am I looking at? It was 100 to 140. That was kind of the range, and then now we're at the point where it's taken off quite a bit. Obviously, Facebook Marketplace, you get some deals or whatever. And then for bundle demand has dropped a little bit. Like just a lot of other products of Prismatic, they've already had a lot of gains, and people aren't searching them as much. So yeah, booster bundles have kind of like leveled out a little bit around $60. I kind of told you guys don't hold your breath for until like $70. Like it's probably not gonna happen. There's just a sort of price ceiling. Demand did drop to 57, still pretty good. We'll see if it goes back up, but it was selling a lot before. This is pretty normal though. You'll see a lot sold, but the price won't really move that much. For packs kind of went down. I mean, packs are still selling 100 packs per day, 135 sold. It's been selling like 200 something recently, so 100 something is still pretty good. But it's just like, like what do you buy? Like compared to loose packs, like Lucario box is just the cheapest, so it just makes a little more sense just save a little bit of money. Even though like in a year from now, like even these prices are really good, like at $8.50 a pack. For Super Premium Collection, sold 0 yesterday, but sold 4 today. And yeah, this is still hugging around 330. Hasn't quite been on the rise yet. I'm gonna look at the price per pack again. I kind of forget. So price per pack for SPCs are wait, where is it? Oh, it's $20 a pack. Loose packs are like like $8 a pack, so it's quite a bit of premium. It's gonna go up eventually, but it's before, when it was like 200 something, it was only like like around $15 a pack. It was really not as bad. But yeah, still good pickups if you can get them. They'll definitely do well like long term. And then for PCTBs unsold yesterday, these have been just hovering around the 400s, so 410, 415. It's kind of where they are. These will also go up eventually. There's just a lot of forces like right now. If you're like impatient, then like the car boxes are like the urgent opportunity now. These are more things that are definitely gonna go up in like the months to come. And there's gonna be more people selling them off right now. Bundle displays haven't been selling for like a week now, feels like. I've been seeing like sales for like the ones without a display. I don't know why they're selling, but yeah, these other ones are just selling quite a bit. And you're seeing 2 sellers with them 1500, and these are selling a lot before, but now people are putting less money into these. And then Maintain displays had no sales since October 8th. Just too much supply for Illumination. Alright, Phantasmal Flames still selling a ton of booster boxes during pre-release. You see 44 sold yesterday, plus case-wise sold another 4. Case demand's been really, really good. Selling like, does last week, it sells like, let's see, well, it sold like 20 cases. See, 4 plus 4 plus 6, 14, 14, 16, yeah, 20 cases sold in the last week. Just that's a ton of booster box cases sold for this, and it's been selling about like 60 to 80 boxes most days, even went up to 100 at some point. And yeah, this looks like a normal booster box photograph, not a pre-release one. Prices are still around 327 because there's not really a reason for prices to kind of change much right now, unless there's a huge increase in buying. We're still trying to buy all the supply of this, and now we're just under a month away from release. Yeah, these cases are selling like crazy. And yeah, as expected, all the sellers are trying to bunch up and sell around the same price. PCTBs had a sale today. Didn't have a sale for 2 days, but yeah, demand starting to pick back up for these things. I finally see another seller selling for 700. Good luck there, man. But yeah, Juju trading has so much that there's no way that anyone's gonna buy that. For normally TBs, 20 sold yesterday. It's been selling about 20-30 per day, and yeah, price is still around 159. And then booster bundles are around 70. The price the last couple of days have been all around the same. I think booster boxes or like and bundles are down like $1 or so, but pretty much exactly the same. And 11 sold yesterday, just still around $70. All right, for Black Bolt and White Flare, I definitely see the slight increase in Black Bolt demand. So ETBs over here, they're about 88. That's kind of normal. But demand's been a little higher. It's like you see 17 sold today, 21 sold yesterday, 12 sold the day before. Usually it's like 8 to 14, somewhere in that range. So demand's kind of going up a little bit. You do see a lot of prices around the $90 after the first couple. For Black Bolt bundles, I've been seeing that more. It's kind of mixed, but I've been seeing like more activity or more increased activity for Black Bolt and White Flare. It's a more popular set, so it makes most sense. But 33 sold yesterday. 20 sold like 2 days before that. Other days sold like 10, so I'm not really sure what's gonna go. But demand's like kind of picking back up a little bit, and prices are around like $57. Could go 59. The PCTBs have been more stagnant. 2 sold yesterday, and the price it can go up to like 240, so it could go up like around $15. That's kind of the price line. It was a little better before. You get the White Flare, the PCTBs around 210. 1 sold yesterday, and this can go up to like 217. Like doesn't have as much of a rise. White Flare, the ETBs are about 82. That's kind of like its normal price from before. 12 sold yesterday, but you see it's a little more level in general. And it go up to 84, 85, and then White Flare bundles are around $50. You do see the spike for bundles at 40 over here. So more White Flare bundles do sell than Black Bolt. I think mostly just because they're cheaper. And some people don't really care about the different sets or they don't know. But yeah, there's opportunities for both. But Black Bolt, you'll see like some of the increased activity, and then White Flare technically has more demand as far as bundles go. All right, with these price changes happening, Journey Together is seeing some drops. So the non-enhanced box is at $249 now, so down $9. The enhanced box is down $2. Cases are still around the same price, $15.75. That's $262 a box. But the case premium, the case isn't as much of a deal as before. Number of cases sold yesterday was 0, as I think some money is probably leaving Journey Together right now. But I do see only 3 cases here for $15.75. But you see it like the total number of cases under 1,600 is about 5 now, so it's a little more. All these are like bigger sellers. For this booster box, 2 sold yesterday, 1 sold today. It's at $262. And a lot of the prices are around there, or it goes up to $264, but there's price bunch up. This other box did go down to $249, but there's only 1 there, and it goes back to $258. So we're still seeing around roughly $260 a booster box. So it at least hasn't fallen as low as SV base. But definitely seeing it lost some momentum. And then PCTBs finally sold 1 today after having sales for like 4 days. Struggling to break the $200 mark. All right, Final Fantasy cases down almost $200, down $175 from yesterday. They're finally below 8,000 again, and we'll see how many people buy these. You're starting to see the price bunch up around 8,000. This seller is 8,000. This is a little below. This at 79.60. These are still around 8,100 over here. So yeah, not too surprising. Demand's dropping for Final Fantasy, and you're going to start seeing some deals. It's $110 a pack. See, packs, I think the cases were sold before when they're around 7,500 roughly, maybe like 7,400, maybe 7,600. That's when you'll get really cheap packs. But yeah, a lot of people are probably looking out for these, and you're seeing a lot of these are from bigger sellers. Like, it's just a really safe time to buy, because a lot of the sellers selling like these things are like the big stores offloading their product. It's not like some random sellers a lot of the time. The other big thing is that Playbox demand has been a lot higher lately. You see like a lot of solid demand here, around 20 per day. Sometimes it goes down to like 17 or 18, but before it was selling single digits a little bit, and now it's back. The price is still around like 230s to 240s. Yeah, demand's been higher as like this has dipped, so it's been pretty interesting. And I like to look at demand numbers for collector boxes. So there's only about 5 per day last couple days. I'm always iffy about 5. But the price did go back up for collector boxes. There's a cheaper around 1200, the back at 1235. We'll see if this moves. It's around 1235, 1250 for a while. For packs, 7 sold yesterday, and yeah, you're seeing more people list these packs for like under 120 now. So pack prices are going down. There's like a bunch of sellers now. There's not really a reason to buy for MPV sports and games. I am seeing the cheaper packs being bought up a little bit, like these 118s being sold. And so yeah, pack prices are getting cheaper, and it makes a little sense. Everything else is dropping, but pack prices have been so strong that it's it's surprising in that sense. For pack demand, yeah, they sold 7 yesterday, so pack demand is still all right. It hasn't gone down to 5. The last few days I see 7, 11, and 8, so it's still enough to drive the market. Like, these are essentially booster boxes, like they really are. Because look at the price point. This is what you would pay for like a booster box of Pokemon before. I know like everything's more expensive, but like it's such an expensive thing. It's basically buying a booster box. That's what people can kind of afford right now, and that's how much they want to buy. Mega packs sold 1 yesterday. They're still around 120. Yeah, it makes sense. I was like, hey, the mega packs should be a little more expensive than loose packs. So if the mega packs are dropping, the loose packs should also be dropping. Japanese sold 1 yesterday, and I'm seeing 4 sellers with 695. I don't know how much this will change. It already dropped a lot before and it recovered a little bit. If you look at the graph, it's a weird looking graph. It just goes up to 740 and now it's down to 680. Playbox cases sold 0 yesterday, and now there's 12 cases available. I wouldn't be surprised if it drops down to like 1300, just because I don't know. I've seen it happen before. These things always drop. They haven't reached the point where they can like maintain their case premium or whatever. Yeah, looking at the case premium, yeah, playbox cases are still cheaper than loose playboxes. Like it's just been that way this whole time. There's like a dislike for the playbox cases. For gift bundles, 0 sold 1 sold yesterday, 6 sold today. They're still around 180. Spiderman is still around 460. It sold 33 yesterday, so demand's dropping. So I don't know, we might see this drop even more. Not really sure what Rudy's kind of doing, but like 400 Rudy should be the bomb if people can just sell a Rudy, but I really don't know. And then playbox is still at 135. I'm selling about 50 per day. It's really not that bad, but if it's anything like Final Fantasy, these shouldn't rise like that much. The collector boxes are a main opportunity. That wraps things up for this video. I hope you walked away with a better understanding of the market. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives in the Pokemon market. Tell me what's the next big investment you're considering in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you all later.